U.S. stocks dramatically cut losses after Dow Jones plummeted over 1,000 points. This is news just 5 hours ago. U.S. stocks experienced a sharp decline Monday today as investors continue to part with assets that may be subject to forthcoming Federal Reserve policy changes. At one point, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost more than 1,000 points, and the S&P 500 briefly entered into correction territory before rebounding later in the afternoon. After hours of trading in red, U.S. stocks made a comeback in Monday's close, with A&P 500 finishing higher at 0.3%, the Dow Jones Industrial seeing a 0.3% increase. Monday broke a 6-day streak of losses for the S&P. Tesla and chipmaker Nvidia both fell by over 4%, and the S&P 500's tech sector. Moderna led the index losses, dropping over 8%. The stock sell-off appeared to bleed into the cryptocurrency markets, where Bitcoin dipped to less than $33,000, less than half of the cryptocurrency's November 2021 market value. The market plunge has been attributed to investors' fears the U.S. Federal Reserve will soon announce groundwork for an interest rate hike intended to combat surging inflation. With inflation running at a 40-year high, the Federal Reserve is geared to tightening monetary policy and will likely raise interest rates several times in 2022. The Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is expected to signal a rise in interest rates following the Wednesday conclusion of the Fed's two-day meeting. Americans could see rates rise as soon as March. The CBOE Volatility Index, Wall Street's fear gauge, reached its highest level since November 2020. CNBC noted that such a rise is typically followed by market snapback, if only temporary. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki downplayed the plunge, telling reporters that the White House focuses on trends in the economy, not any one day and any single indicator. Unlike his predecessor, the president does not look at the stock market as a means by which to judge the economy, Psaki said, taking a jab at former U.S. President Trump. Investor insecurity has also been linked to Western fears of Russian forces invading Ukraine. In recent days, State Department instructed families of American diplomats to leave the country, and the White House is mulling the deployment of U.S. troops already on alert. Kremlin repeatedly rejected accusations of pre-planned offensive against Ukraine. Russian Foreign Minister spokesman Maria Zakharov noted that U.S. and other Western powers view Ukraine as an instrument of influence, quote unquote, to destabilize the region. This is on Sputnik by Evan Craighead. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box